I'm a very positive thinker, and I think that is what helps me the most in difficult moments. I have learned to be even more patient. When you do something best in life, you don't really want to give it up, and for me it's tennis. What I think I've been able to do well over the years is play with pain, play with problems, play in all sorts of conditions. I enjoyed the position I was in as a tennis player. I watched blame when I lost. I watched blame when I won. And I really like that, because I played soccer a lot too, and I couldn't stand it when I had to blame it on the goalkeeper. Sometimes you have to accept that a guy played better on the day than you. We can always agree on everything. When I won in 2003, never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I would win Wimbledon and have my kids seeing me lift the trophy. So this is pretty surreal. And yeah, I was almost shocked in the moment that it all came together so nicely. It doesn't need to be the same every day. Doesn't need to be the same shower I use, the same restaurant I go to, the same hour I go to sleep. I've always been very flexible. I don't care if I practice at 9 in the morning or 10 p.m. You always want to win. That is why you play tennis, because you love the sport and try to be the best you can at it. I can't say no. Won for 50 years, you know. We'll see what happens. You know, I don't only play for the record books. To handle its stardom, the red carpets, the photo shoots, people all of a sudden recognizing you and following you in everyday life, it's a bit weird. It's strange, and it can have funny effects on you in terms of do you like it or don't you like it. Some people run away from it, some people embrace it. I found a good middle ground. I am now the Wimbledon champion, and I think that gives me even more confidence coming to the Olympics. And maybe in some ways, it maybe takes some pressure off the Olympics, because I already did win at Wimbledon this year. I don't mind fans coming up in a friendly, respectful way. That's all part of the fun of being the top tennis player. But if people take pictures without permission, particularly if my children are in the shot, I feel uncomfortable. My heart is in South Africa, through my mum. My mum being from here, me spending a lot of time here as well, I feel most connected to this part of the world. For me, it's important that a fan can buy something that is related to me. Like in soccer, you buy a shirt and it's got somebody's name on the back. That's kind of a cool thing. I've always been aware that the image you patiently construct for an entire career can be ruined in a minute. It scares you a bit. but that's the way things are. My favorite shot is always gonna be the forehand. It used to always be my favorite shot when I was young, so it's the one I've won all the points with. I'm as patient a father as I am on the tennis court. It takes a lot for me to get really upset, but sometimes kids can get you really cross if they really keep bugging you. I used to get nervous, you know, if my parents would come watch. And then I would get nervous if my friends came and watched. Today it's not a problem anymore actually, because now I enjoy it. I see that they, you know, respect me immensely, and I try to put on a good show and show that I can still play very good tennis. This year I guess I decided in the bigger matches to take it more to my opponent instead of waiting a bit more for the mistakes. Yeah, this is I guess how you want to win Wimbledon, is by going after your shots, believing you can do it. And that's what I was able to do today. I have to fit holidays around tournaments, particularly the Grand Slams, in Melbourne, Paris, London and New York. Before, I guess, Mum and Dad were everything, but now, in my case, I had two new girls and all of a sudden they're completely dependent on you and there's a third generation. It's a funny shift all of a sudden. You have the babies, you have yourself, and then you have your parents. Clearly, when you win everything, it's fun. That doesn't necessarily mean you love the game more. I did all the right things in so many tournaments. But like I said, sometimes in sports it just goes the other way. Maybe you've already won so much that it evens it out a bit sometimes. I don't know.